Etisent Nigeria. That means hello Nigeria in Tree.
Hi, my name's Amanda Portelwa. I'm from South Africa.
Hello, my name is Mimi Akinkube.
Hello, my name is Candace Nkotgisek. I'm from Cameroon.
My name is Idorin Anang.
My name is Efwa Osei.
And the most interesting thing I found about Nigeria is the extraordinary hustling energy.
And make sure you keep watching
Hello, Nigeria.
We do it all for you. We do it all for you. Eh. Oh. You are most welcome back. Thank you very much for joining us for the second half of Hello Nigeria this beautiful Monday afternoon. Mondays are bright and beautiful for us here because every day is exciting, starting off your day on a great note. All right, ladies and gentlemen, as promised, we'll be talking about investing in local content. And to speak with us about this is the founder of Rock Your Business Like a Champion, in the person of Abiola Salami. Abiola, you're most welcome to Hello Nigeria.
Thank you for having me. Your name has almost changed to Abiola Champ.
Abiola Champ.
It's one of your AKAs.
Well, officially it's Abiola Salami, but I always tell people maintain Abiola Salami. So that if you want to write a check for me,
Exactly.
you write it correctly.
I like that. Just like I'll tell people, to, if you want to write a check to me and post it, send it to 2678 Etimian Crescent. It's Ayola Thompson. Thank you very much. I just have to put it out there. But, jokes aside, we're talking about something really serious this afternoon. We're looking at investing in local content. Before you came on the set, I don't know if you were watching us, but we were speaking about a statement that was credited or an action that is about to be made by the federal government as released by the Minister for Information, Alhaji Lai Mohammed, saying that very soon, I mean, there's now a light shone on the entertainment industry that they're trying to clamp down on entertainers who go to produce their music or music videos in particular abroad. And artists came out in full force, accusing the government of trying to stifle an industry that they didn't even help to build.
To grow.
Now, we're talking about investing in local content, and I would imagine that one of the reasons why the federal government wants to do this is to encourage patronage of local content.
Yeah,
what do
buy
you
Nigeria,
think? Buy Nigeria.
patronize Nigeria.
What do you think about this?
Now, it's a great thing to buy Nigeria, to do everything Nigerian. But I think for the artists, they're also looking at expanding their network beyond the shores of Nigeria,
and it's
which
a
is one of the
industry.
things, it's a creative industry. And so whether we believe it, whether we like it or not, the world now is a global village. And so people are probably looking for opportunities and how to extend their content beyond the shores of Nigeria, which is a good thing and a great thing. Now, if the federal government wants to, if the conversation about, banning, because that's what I heard, artists from producing their music videos abroad, if it's to grow local content, if it's to make the entertainment industry patronize more of the producers, look inwards, that's a great thing. But also there's the part of quality. There's a part of quality. I don't think that if I can get something of the same quality here in Lagos, I don't think I will go to wherever, Geneva or wherever else out of the country to go and work on that. So it's a good thing to talk about local content, but while discussing local content, it's good for us to think of quality as well. Many people are going out, perhaps because of quality, but there are people here who are doing fantastic work at that.
So if I'm shooting a video 7 days in Sun City, there's no Sun City in Nigeria. Do I need to create a Sun City in Nigeria? And I feel the government should, give them that artistic license. It's a creative industry. You shouldn't. They pay their taxes and they're law-abiding citizens.
You shouldn't limit them in any way. If the way to kill the creative industry is to create a box for creative industry and say that you cannot go beyond this. That's why it's creativity. So, and you can be in Nigeria and create something. You can say 7 days in Sun City, for example. There are two ways to go about it. You can physically go to Sun City. I mean, you can also create something in a green room somewhere and put in some form of technology to just spice up the thing. So let it look and feel like what you say the title is. But any attempt to promote local content is welcome, but it should not be at the expense of killing the creativity of that industry.
And it would be nice for the government to look inwards to and promote by using made in Nigeria cars, by sending their kids to Made in Nigeria
Which is
universities,
where I'm going to.
hospitals.
Yeah, which is where I'm going
before
to.
we leave this, sorry, before we leave this discussion, because I know we're going to move on now very shortly, I want to ask the question, is it really a question of quality? As also, we must ask the government if they have provided an enabling environment in Nigeria to push these things. For instance, whether we like it or not, sometimes it's cheaper to actually produce these things abroad because they don't have to deal with the issue of they don't have to deal with the issue of electricity.
Yeah.
They don't have to deal with agberos or money less coming to charge them for money. These places, so for even if because I think Nigerians are brilliant. At the end of the day, they take Nigerian brains abroad to produce these things. We have the facilities. We can produce quality program, but is the government
in
supportive?
spite of the obstacles.
Yes, because it's cheaper for me to take people abroad.
Which is what I wanted
to
to say, that rather than looking at one industry because you think that industry is thriving, I mean, look at several other industries and patronize these industries first. There's a statement, there's something I read from the Minister of, I think, Budgeting also, that's looking for support from other countries to help us with agriculture, for example. Now, the question to ask is, do we have things in place here? Can we develop our own? Can people come from abroad to come and patronize the things that we have? Can we have an enabling environment, not just about entertainment? I mean, 20 years ago, nobody would say this about entertainment because entertainment was actually nowhere. But these people committed, these people sacrificed, these people built it. The same way the government has the opportunity to invest into every sector. The government has the opportunity to patronize people from every sector. The best way to promote local content, we know that government is the biggest spender in this economy till date. The best way to encourage the patronage of local content is for the government itself to make it a rule in patronizing entrepreneurs, patronizing people with businesses around here first, then before giving a rule and saying that people should not go abroad to do
charity begins.
So so you lead by example.
Now let's talk about you've dealt with entrepreneurs, young Nigerians. You've had different ideas, and you've had people give testimonies from attending your seminars and talks over the years. How do they manage to create something in spite of the recession, in spite of the economy, in spite of all the obstacles? How do people still, what are the secrets to getting it right as a young entrepreneur in Nigeria?
The first thing is knowledge, business knowledge. You know, we go to school, for you to become a doctor, you have to go to school to learn some things and you become a certified doctor. For you to become a lawyer, the same thing. For you to become anything, you learn. When it comes to business, people just think, so if I have an idea, then I can jump out. Or, oh, I have an idea, money is the problem. So if I have an idea and I have the money, then I jump out. But there are 7 things I always share with people. I always share with young people. How to rock your business like a champion. And it's not just about instant profit, because that's another thing many people are looking at. It's not just about instant profit. It's about having a sustainable business such that in another 60 years, which is what I'm looking at, in another 100 years, that the idea you started in your cubicle, in your room, it's still around, it's still alive.
Like a Disney, for example.
Like a Disney, for example, like several others. You look at First Bank, for example. It's been around for over 100 years. And that's the kind of thing young people should be looking at, that when I'm dead and gone, and my children's children are still alive, they should still be pursuing that business and is growing profitably. And the first thing is about structure. I say that structure positions you for sustainability. Many people don't like to put structure in place because they think it's not necessary, because they don't know how to do it. But the best way to thrive in a business, because you're a limited person, you're one person, and you are limited in your ability. And the best way to run a thriving business, to make it sustainable, is to put structure in place such that people can easily rock and roll with the business, and you can make sustainable profit.
And you won't have anyhowness, like the anyhowness problems that we're dealing with in Nigeria.
And another thing is, even that structure will help you yourself. That structure will dictate when you're supposed to touch money and when you're not supposed to touch. It disciplines you. It lets you know that managing money is more important than making money. It helps you when you're looking for a team, the kind of people you recruit, the kind of people that will be on your team, the structure you have in place will help you. And by structure, this is not just English. By structure is that that you need to have a financial system in your business. You need to know that you need to have a reporting system in your business. You need to know that you don't build everything around yourself. Because what I've found is that most entrepreneurs, they make themselves too relevant in their business. It could be your idea. You can be the CEO. I call some CEO of Olodo Enterprises because they're not willing to learn.
Or CEO on Facebook.
When you build it around yourself, it stifles how far the business can go.
All right, let me ask you a question. I mean, what some concerns of some entrepreneurs would be. And that is the fact that, unfortunately, in Nigeria, one of the biggest issues for entrepreneurs is manpower, human resources. You cannot find reliable people, loyal people. So that's why you build your business around yourself. Because if you don't build your business around yourself, someone else will steal your idea.
But no man is an island.
I will take...
Yeah, so I'm just speaking. I'm not saying that it's correct thinking, but
Okay.
I'm playing the devil's advocate.
Okay.
And how do you assure such a person as to why they ought to still, you know?
I would say that it is not that you cannot find loyal people. If you say that it is challenging to find loyal people, I will subscribe to that. But the moment we think that there's no loyal person around, that's scarcity mentality, and it's the things you are thinking of that you would attract. So the way to recruit is, at times most times rather, people look at competence over commitment. People look at ability over loyalty and faithfulness. You know, there's a gentleman I really like to read his book and like to read his letters a lot. You know, some know him as Paul, and he was writing to his mentor about their enterprise some time ago. And he recommended that the way to recruit anyone into this enterprise is to look for people that are faithful and people that are able. So what you want to look at first is loyalty. There are loyal people. I still met one yesterday.
How do you know a loyal person?
So the way to know a loyal person is you ask questions. You know where the person is coming from. You do a background check. Also, which is why you need to put structure in place, because a good person can become bad.
Yes.
You know.
So the
structure takes care of that.
checks. Yeah.
So the structure checks people's behavior within the organization. Remember, I said that the structure even checks your behavior yourself as the owner of the business. So the structure checks people's behavior, but first, minimum requirement for loyalty. You want to know where the person is coming from. So has he worked before? Has she worked before? What was the conduct of this individual there? If the person has not worked before, what was his conduct or her conduct in school? You know, how does the person relate within the family? These are simple things, simple pointers to let you check and know who is loyal and who will not be loyal.
Okay, before we wrap things up, because, I mean, people out there are very interested in knowing, because there's a lot more where this came from, and I'm sure you have a seminar coming up very soon. So can you tell us about that and how they can be part of it?
Okay, we have Rock Your Business Like a Champion coming up again, which is where we share the full 7 module on structure, on money, on people, on even your personality, on understanding your market and growing your market. It's coming up this Saturday at Champ City by 9 a.m. So if you want to be part of it, just you can follow me on Instagram. It's Abiola_champ. Or you can just send a WhatsApp message to 070-679-36801. I think I should take that number again.
Well, if people follow you, because what we usually recommend for people is to follow you on social media, to visit your website, and then they can get the information and there are no mistakes. So sometimes what happens is that we get people call us out of the show and not able to answer. So please follow Abiola Salami at Abiola_champ. Do you have a website?
www.abiolachamp.com.
All right, fantastic. Very simple, very easy to... Thank you very much. We have been speaking to the champ himself. So if you would like to rock your business like a champion, you certainly want to subscribe to his program, his training and seminars, and build yourself up so that you can indeed run a successful business in Nigeria. Thank you very much, Abiola Salami. It's been great speaking with you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, on Friday, we put Nnamdi on the spot and we asked him to let us or predict who was going to win Wimbledon. Was he right or was he wrong? We'll find that out in a moment. Stay tuned as we discuss sports shortly.
To enjoy more of these our Ogbonge videos when you just watch, press this button to subscribe on top of our YouTube page. You go love her.